Good morning, students. Today we will continue our discussion and we will discuss usage of concave mirror today. Uh, Last class we have discussed the image formation by concave mirror and we have discussed all the 6 cases. Now in usage, first use is concave mirror is used as a saving mirror. Saving mirror, this is because when object is very close to the mirror, the ray diagram which we have drawn the last one, when object is between pole and principal focus, then we will get virtual, erect and magnified image of the object. That's why concave mirrors are used as a saving mirror, because that will be a advantage during saving as we get a magnified view of our face. Then second use, that these mirrors are used as a reflector in the searchlight, torches, vehicles, headlights. So this is because the mirror is concave and you will see in all the vehicles, if you will see the headlights inside of it, it will be a arc. The reflecting surface is a arc. It means it is a concave mirror, and they adjust the position of bulb at the focus. Suppose this is the bulb at the focus. So when the bulb glows, the light travel in all possible directions. The light travel in all possible direction from the focus, and as you know, a ray of light which passes through principal focus of a mirror becomes parallel to principal axis after reflection. So as a result, we will get a parallel beam of light on the road surface. That's why reflectors are concave. So this is another use. Then dentists also use concave mirror to see the magnified view of the teeth. The reason is same, that when the mirror is close to teeth, they will get a magnified view of the teeth and they can diagnose properly. So these are the uses. And sometimes concave mirrors are also used in solar furnace to concentrate the sunlight. So these are the some uses of concave mirror. So altogether 4 uses. First as a saving mirror, second used as a reflectors in vehicles, then in solar furnace to concentrate the sun rays, and then dentists also use concave mirror. So these are the uses. Now we will discuss next topic, that is image formation by convex mirror. If you want, you can write it, the uses of concave mirror. First, as a saving mirror. Second, as a reflector. As a reflector in vehicles, headlights. Third, dentist use concave mirror to get a magnified view of our teeth. And in solar furnace to concentrate sunlight. So these are the common uses of concave mirror. Now we will discuss another topic, that is image formation by convex mirror. So in concave mirror we have 6 cases, but in case of convex mirror we have 2 cases only, because whatever be the position of object except infinity, we will get virtual, erect and magnified, virtual, erect and diminished image between P and F in case of a convex mirror. So you write this line. In case of convex mirror, those who have not written earlier, write it. In case of convex mirror, comma, whatever be the position of object, except infinity, we get virtual, erect and diminished image between P and F, capital P and capital F, between pole and focus. So as we have written that except infinity, it means when object is at infinity, at that time you will get image at focus. But in rest of the cases means whether object is beyond center of curvature, at center of curvature, between C and F, at F, between P and F, whatever be the position except infinity, you will get virtual, erect and diminished image between pole and principal focus. So first case we will discuss when object is at infinity. When object is at infinity. So when object is at infinity, draw a convex mirror . Mark the central point of the reflecting surface. As you know, this point is known as pole. Through pole we will draw a horizontal line. Now object is at infinity, so suppose two parallel rays of light are coming. We are taking two rays only because at least two rays are required to make an image. Actually so many light rays are coming, millions of light rays are coming, but for simplicity we take two light rays. So these are the two light rays which are coming towards the mirror, So these light rays will reflect back in this direction, and when they are produced, as you know, they meet at a point. That point is known as focus. So you will get a image at f when object is at infinity. This is the first case. Now the second case. Second case is when object is anywhere between infinity and pole. So it is upon you, anywhere you can place the object. So now we will draw another ray diagram. Second one, when object is between infinity and pole. Infinity and pole. So when object is between infinity and pole, similarly you draw a convex mirror as we have drawn earlier. Mark a point P at the center of reflecting surface. Again draw a horizontal line through pole of the mirror. As you know, this line is known as principal axis. Then mark the point F and C. Now you can place object anywhere between infinity and pole. So suppose these are the distances simply. So suppose object is here somewhere. So we will take a ray of light which is parallel to principal axis like this. So this ray will reflect back, since outer surface is the reflecting surface. But when you will produce the ray backward, it will pass through focus. Take another ray through center of curvature of a spherical mirror. So suppose this is the ray. Actually this ray will reflect back after striking the mirror, but it will reflect back in same direction, because if we will produce this ray, then it will pass through center of curvature of the mirror. So according to rule, a ray of light which passes through center of curvature of the mirror reflect back along the same path after reflection. That's why it will return back. So the two rays are virtually meeting at this point. So you will get a virtual image here. So suppose this is object, AB is the object, and this A dash, B dash is the image. And you can see that this image is diminished. It means small in size in comparison to object. AB is object. And A dash, B dash is image of the object. So you can compare the size. So it is dimnest. Its position is between pole and focus, between these 2 points, and it is erect. So in this case we will write position of image. Position of image is between P and F, between pole and focus. Then size we will write diminished or smaller than the object, and nature of image is virtual and erect. Isn't it? Now this is true for all the cases except infinity. These things are true in all the cases. This is true for all the cases except infinity in convex mirror. So whatever be the position except infinity, you will get image between P and F, dimnest image, and it is virtual and erect. Whether object is here, 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 anywhere. It may be between beyond C, at C. So whatever be the position, you will get virtual, erect, and dimnest images. So I think now it is clear to you how to draw ray diagram of in case of concave mirror and convex mirror. It is very important topic. Now we will discuss use of concave mirror. These are all about the ray diagrams. You must practice these ray diagrams. As you know, every year we are getting questions based on ray diagrams. So I think now it is clear to you. I uploaded the video earlier in the beginning when I am taking the classes. Now in revision classes I have just explained it in detail. So if you go through the video and practice it several times, your doubts are clear and you are able to draw the ray diagrams. Now uses of convex mirror. Uses of convex mirror. So the first important use is that convex mirrors are used as a rear view mirror, isn't it? In vehicles you have seen, whether it is in bike, scooter, in car, the rear view mirrors are fitted, and these rear view mirrors are convex mirror. So you can get 2 marks question, why convex mirrors are used as a rear view mirror. So the question is, why convex mirrors are used as a rear view mirror. The same question is given on page 168 of NCERT book, question number 4. Why do we prefer a convex mirror as a rear view mirror in vehicles? So 2 points are very important. First point that this is because first it always gives erect image of the object. Second, it is curved outwards, so it has a large field of view, and hence driver can see the huge traffic behind him. So these are the two important reasons that why convex mirrors are used as a rear view mirror. So except in 3D, as we have seen, whatever be the position, it will always gives direct image. Obviously diminished, but all the images are erect. And second, it is curved outwards. You know, the convex mirror, the reflecting surface is curved outwards like this. So if it is curved outwards, it has a large field of view, and hence the driver can see the huge traffic behind him, and it is easy to drive. So due to these reasons, convex mirrors are used. Now a very important topic, the topic on which the numericals are based. So it is very important topic, the sign convention in case of spherical mirrors and mirror formula and magnification. So let us start sign convention for reflection by spherical mirrors. Sign convention for reflection by spherical mirrors. Now this is very important as well as very easy. You have to build a concept on it. You simply look at the diagram on figure on page 169, and it is figure 10.9. Page number 169, figure 10.9. Isn't it? Now you see there is a concave mirror. A reflecting surface, and mark a point P at the center of the reflecting surface. Then draw a horizontal line which passes through hole. So hole acts as a origin. It is similar to uh, the graph in mathematics which you are drawing, that here we have origin, so the coordinates are 0 0 here, x is 0 and y is 0. This side we have positive x axis, this side we have negative x axis, this side we have positive y axis, and this side we have negative y axis. I think you all are familiar with this. So same is the case here. Pole means here the 0 0 origin. Now the distances which are towards right of the pole, distances which are towards right of the pole are always positive. The distances which are towards right of the pole are always positive. It means if any image is formed towards the right of a pole, the image distance will be positive. Similarly, distances which are towards left of the pole, these distances are towards left of the pole. So, which are towards left of the pole, they are negative. So, always object is placed towards left of the pole. Recall all the ray diagrams. So, object distance is always negative. Whatever be the mirror, maybe a concave mirror or convex mirror, we always place object towards left of the pole. So, the distances which are towards left, it means object distance is negative. Then another thing, distances which are above the principal axis and perpendicular to the principal axis are positive. So suppose we place an object, suppose this is the object. So height of object, it is always placed above the principal axis. So it will be positive always, object height. Suppose image is formed virtual erect. So virtual erect images are formed towards right, and real inverted images are formed below the principal axis. So distances which are below the principal axis and perpendicular to it, these distances are negative. Height downwards, height downwards. So height downwards, negative y axis, that's why it is negative. This is, you can write height upwards, above the principal axis is positive, and height below the principal axis is negative, isn't it? Towards right of the pole it will be positive, towards left it will be negative. बस इतना ही याद रखना है, साइन कन्वेंशन. I think it is very easy. The distances which are towards right of the pole are positive, distances which are towards left of the pole, negative x-axis, so it will be negative. Above the pole, positive y-axis, so height above the principal axis are positive. Height below the principal axis, negative y-axis, so it will be negative. And direction of incident ray, as we take always from left to right in all the ray diagram, object is on the left. So this is all about sign convention. So according to these sign convention, now we will write the exact sign for object distance and image distances. So we will take the physical quantity this side, physical measurements you can say, then we will take the case of concave mirror, and here we will take the case of convex mirror. Now, first we will take object distance. So the symbol for object distance is small u, as you know. So in concave mirror, object distance is negative because we always place object towards left of the pole. So negative always. In convex mirror also it is negative always, isn't it? When we place, because the object is placed towards left of the pole. Now second one is image distance. Now image distance V. So recall the ray diagrams, all the cases, image distance. In case of concave mirror, we are getting real inverted images in first 5 cases, isn't it? And real inverted images are towards left of the pole. But in last case, when object is very close to the mirror between pole and focus, then we are getting virtual erect and magnified image. So we will write negative, or we will write always negative except the last case. In last case only it is positive, because in all the cases when object is at infinity, beyond C, at C, between C and F, at F, at F, up to at F, so we are getting real inverted image towards left of the pole, isn't it? But when in last case, when object is between P and F, we are getting virtual and erect image towards right of the pole. That's why written except the last case. Now in convex mirror, as we have discussed, in all the cases we are getting images between P and F, isn't it? So in this case, always negative or positive. As we have discussed today, that in case of convex mirror, whatever be the position of object, we will get virtual, erect and diminished images between P and F. So all the images are virtual erect, it means towards right of the pole. So always positive. Then third one, focal length. Focal length of concave mirror. So in concave mirror is like this, parallel rays will reflect and meet at a point on principal axis, isn't it? This is pole. So this distance is known as focal length, distance between P and F. So it will be negative in case of concave mirror. But in convex mirror, suppose this is principal axis, two parallel rays, these rays will reflect back, and when they are produced backward, then they virtually meet at some point. This point is focus. So this distance is towards the right of the pole. So here focal length is positive. Then fourth one, height of the object. Height of the object, h, or in some book it is ho also. So height of the object. So whatever be the mirror, it will be a concave mirror or convex mirror, we always place object above the principal axis. So distances above the principal axis are positive. So in both cases it will be positive, height of the object. And the next one is fifth one, the height of the image. Height of the image, it will be h dash or hi. So height of the image. So height of the image in case of concave mirror, again in first 5 cases we are getting a real inverted image, and real inverted images are below the principal axis, so negative. But in last case, when object is very close to it, we are getting virtual erect magnified image above the principal axis in last case. So we will write always negative except the last case. Because all the images in first 5 cases are below the principal axis, so below the principal axis, that why negative. In last case we are getting virtual erect magnified image, that's why it is positive. And in convex mirror always positive, because all the images are above the principal axis. Virtual images are above the principal axis, so it is always positive. So must remember it, children, revise it thoroughly and make a concept in your mind, so that in next class we will discuss a mirror formula, magnification, and then we will solve the numerical. So you will also enjoy, you will be also able to solve the questions easily if you make a concept of these things in your mind. This much sufficient for today. In next class we will discuss mirror formula and magnification.